It's been almost a week since Oscars 2022 ceremony, and still, instead of all of us really talking about and crediting all the award winners from screenplay writers, best actresses, best directors like Jane Campion, yes, finally I said the name correctly this time, best international films, and so forth, like all the categories, we're still simply talking about Will Smith's Oscar slap on Chris Rock. We're talking about that more than simply him winning the best Oscar for King Richard and being the fifth black actor alongside four other legends. Like I mentioned before, Forrest Whitaker, Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, and oh man, I can't believe a fourth name left my head, but I know I mentioned it. I'm sorry if I forgot. This is so embarrassing. But you get the idea already. Yet this whole conversation with the slap is still talked about. Yes, we know it's assault and all that, but I also want to mention something. If you haven't read a column written by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar talking about what his actions did more than just hitting someone, I recommend reading it. It's interesting from his perspective on how he thinks like someone like him is sort of an insult to women and all African Americans. But yeah, on this topic, so the Academy Board of Governors originally were going to have a April 18 meeting on what would be a possible punishment. So they moved that up to April 8, which is like literally hours or very soon, depending on your time zone, now that I mentioned it. A letter the Academy published from President David Rubin was obtained by Variety.com. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to skim through, just say a few things like, just addressing possible sanctions for Will Smith's actions. Saying like, okay, moving it up from the 18th to the 8th. Going to speak with him based on his actions March 27. According to California law and conduct standards. Let's see. Providing Mr. Smith 15-day notice when actions could be taken because of his resignation, suspension, or expulsion are no longer a possibility. So finding best interest for all to handle the situation going forward. Arranging a meeting around like 9 a.m. on their time. So yeah. The concerning part to me is saying expulsion or suspension no longer a possibility. So what does that mean? This is where I'm concerned. Does that mean that the only action they have is take away his Oscar? I mean, that would be more painful. If I were him, like I'd be shattered mentally and emotionally. I mean, I have no doubt he would be shattered, and it would be a shame too. I mean, he really did earn the award among all the great nominees for the movie, including Washington for Tragedy of Macbeth as well. So I don't know what other sort of action they have left, because it would really be a crushing shame the way I see it if this would happen to him. And as a result of that whole March 27 incident, production for two other movies he's supposed to be working on, like Bad Boys 4 and a Netflix film called Fast and Loose, have halted production for now. A source close to Will Smith saying that he's afraid and very much fearful that he'll be completely canceled because of today's cancel culture. And I understand it. Well, I don't think that's very much likely. Now, I do want to mention something as well. I don't pay attention to The View. I don't watch clips of The View and all that. It's not personal. But Whoopi Goldberg, she serves as one of the board of governors for the Academy. She made sure that the situation remains calm. Like everyone, even Michael Bay, I mean, he's worked with Will Smith before on 2 Bad Boy films. He's tired of the topic as well. But yeah, like Whoopi Goldberg was also saying, like he'll still find work. He'll still find acting work, producing work, and so forth. So he'll be fine in terms of career. His image and popularity, yes, obviously has taken major damage. And so, I think now, like, uh, he has to he has to go through the process of healing himself. I do think, but it's really a shame. I just find the whole situation weird. I mean, he says that G.I. Jane joke, then the camera cuts to his wife Jada rolling her eyes. He looks like he was laughing. I mean, I'm not imagining. Wasn't he laughing? I could have sworn, like, on that video clip, he was laughing for a moment, and maybe because she didn't like the joke, he gets all mad, slaps him. Come on, bro. Dude. I mean, he could have handled it. He could have just given a thumbs down or boo, but now, like, if his Oscar is going to be taken away, it'd be a major disappointment, but there has to be something else, at least. Maybe a fine or something. That'd be more appropriate than simply being expelled or suspended.